We're brought up to believe that we can save our children. Mummy will kiss it better. We're meant to fix everything, and even when they're adults, you can't do that. Blair was the son. He made a conscious choice to be happy every single day of his life.
Different things happen to different people. Just look at what happened to me when I was an incredibly differently abled 8-year-old.
He was upset with himself because he'd been unhappy about something and he'd been a bit jealous. And he looked in the mirror and he said, "I'm Blair Milan. I'm the only Blair Milan in the world, and I'm going to be the best Blair Milan I can be." And from that moment onwards, he was extraordinary.
And there'll be sun, sun, sun all over our bodies.
On the 26th of March, Blair had what he thought was a cold or the flu, that he was having trouble shaking. You know, the thing is, we used to joke he was a bit of a sook. I mean, as it turns out, it's a shame he wasn't more of a sook. And he just didn't get better very quickly. He had taken himself to a 24-hour medical clinic and seen a doctor and asked for a blood test. He rang my PA and said, "I think I better go back to the doctor." And she said there was just something in his voice, so she turned around and went back. And it took him forever to get to the door, and he collapsed. So she rang 000. While she was waiting for the ambulance, the doctor rang him. And she took the call and said, "You've got leukemia, you've got to get to hospital straight away." And that was it. I never got to speak to him because he was intubated when I got back, so I never got to say goodbye. I would have liked to say goodbye. It was happenstance because Blair was never going to be in it, and he was fantastic.
Now, a little bit later, I've organised, and I didn't tell my mum because I know she'd never approve, but you can bungee jump over the Corinthian Canal.
3, 2, 1, and go! That is amazing!
The thing is, it is very hard to diagnose. There's no rhyme or reason as to why somebody will get it and someone else won't. You know, it's not as if you're smoking and you'll get lung cancer. Like, it's just, you're really unlucky. We don't know enough. So we want the money for research, we want the money for clinical trials, and we want to keep people in Australia. You were asking me before about the photos, and I always imagine Blair in the yellow t-shirt, and I still have that yellow t-shirt under my pillow. It was in his laundry basket, so I didn't wash it. And he's just leaning forward and adjusting the microphone, and the SBS logo, it looks like angel wings coming out of the back, and that's how I like to remember him.
I've had the most amazing life. I love life, and I have to thank my mother and my father especially.
Yes.
I'd like to make a toast to our mother.
You know, we say that only the good die young. Well, in fact, that was from the ancient Greeks. The ancient Greeks believed that when you've reached perfection in this life, you can leave it. So, it's what I'm trying to think about. You know, maybe his star shone very brightly, but it was only for a short time. Yeah, it's not as good as having him here.